Hey, friends all over the world. I want to talk to you about scammers and deceivers. This is a very important message. If you follow my page, I need you right now to tag someone in this video. And I also need you to share this video with everybody that you know. Anybody that follows my page, I would like for you to tag them and share this. Scammers and deceivers. I'll be very brief, but we're living in a time where there is so much deception. In fact, deception has become a culture. It's not just an activity, an illegal activity. Deception is a culture. And I want to address a couple of things, and I need you to listen till the end because I have to address the implications of what I'm saying. So I'll give you an example, right? We have identified and confronted several fake pages. When I say several, I mean hundreds of fake pages, impersonators, imposters, people that feign themselves or impersonate influencers, leaders, fake pages, people saying, we have a word for you. We're the personal assistant of Dr. Kynan. We need to speak to you. We need to friend request you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right? In fact, I found an account that is now closed, by the way, that had over 3.6 million followers. That was absolutely false. Now, I have over 1 million followers on my page now, but this account had over 3.6 million followers, and it was absolutely false. We finally appealed and we begged Facebook to remove the account, and they finally did after many, many days, right? My question is, how could it have gotten that far? How could Facebook allow people that are nefarious, that violate their terms of service, to have that much access and to go on that long? Okay? There's times when we've reached out to Facebook and said, please, remove this account, and Facebook would say they don't violate our terms of service. So these are scammers and people that operate in deception. And of course, they almost always, I would actually say always, have some sort of financial motive for doing what they do. But this actually begs a greater question, and I'm going to share something very important with you later on. This begs a question, actually has implications as to protecting religious rights, protecting individual rights, discriminatory practices on social media, shadow banning, all kinds of things that are done, these deceptive practices and these abuses of power by technology companies that use it to target and to isolate and ostracize certain platforms, especially platforms that tend to be more conservative or more Christian. I believe that. I actually believe that. The other thing is that this represents a greater spiritual issue. We're living in not only a time where people are engaging in all kinds of scams, including AI scams and things like that, but there is a culture of deception. In fact, gaslighting is actually a cultural thing because there are people who believe they have the ability and the power to hijack reality. They actually hate reality and they want to change reality. And that's why we change the meaning of words. We change the meaning of pronouns to accommodate things that are not real. And this is a part of the great scam spirit and culture of our generation. So many people are being manipulated and they don't realize it. We are in the age of unfounded accusations where anybody can make an accusation about anything. For example, I can say right now, Bill Cosby is my estranged father. Bill Cosby is my dad. And he and Whitney Houston gave birth to me in a trailer park in Tucson, Arizona. I'm actually Michael Jackson's first cousin on his mama's side. And they owe me $16 billion. See, what I just did is what people are doing every day. They're making up nonsense. And because people have a negativity bias, they just believe it. They believe, I can say anything right now. Bill Clinton is my biological father. He's actually a black man. He had plastic surgery to become white. That's why he can play the saxophone. If you notice, Bill Clinton can dance and play the saxophone, which makes him a black person, right? So what happens is that I can make up anything now. And because people are so vulnerable and so gullible, they believe it without any substantiation. You know, in logic and in rhetoric is referred to as an a priori fallacy, meaning that this is when a person draws a conclusion without any empirical evidence. They have nothing substantiating their conclusion. They literally have a non-existent premise. And they say, you know what? I just believe this because I believe it. So this is why the scam culture has become so dangerous in our generation. And this is why, beloved, discernment is so necessary. You know, as an author of several books, I've written many books. I've written hundreds of thousands of words over the years. And one of the things that I've realized is that there's something in writing called voice. Your voice is your unique intonation, your nuances, the unique way you write and articulate. That's sort of your fingerprint in terms of authorship, in terms of content creation. And there's something called a ghostwriter. This is a person who actually can write a book for you because they've learned how to master your voice. So they can write something in your voice. A lot of pastors, a lot of celebrities, a lot of influencers actually don't write their own books because they don't have the time. So they hire a ghostwriter, or the publisher hires a ghostwriter or a ghostwriting assistant. Me personally, I've written all of my books. I don't have a ghostwriter per se. I've had where people would reorganize my content, but in terms of an original book that I wrote, I write all of my books. You know, I've had people help me edit and stuff like that. But I typically write all of my books. But I'm saying that when you don't understand the voice, you can be easily deceived. Jesus said, my sheep hear my voice, and a stranger will they not follow. Another issue that's going on right now is that my page is activated for subscriptions. Let me explain what that is for some of you who don't know. Subscriptions is simply a way to get exclusive content to your most dedicated fans, people that want to get things from you that they don't necessarily get in the general setting when they go on your page, right? So for a very nominal fee every month, people get all kinds of exclusive content, all kinds of badges, all kinds of access, etc. So that is activated on my account. However, many of you have tried to subscribe and you have not been able to for some mysterious reason that I have still not been able to understand. And I would like for maybe you all to tag Meta in this video, but you need to do it right away because Meta has just announced that they're going to remove all live videos after 30 days. Yet another very strange thing, right? But that's neither here nor there. So for this reason, if you want to engage with me, I would suggest that you go to KynanBridges.com. Number one, my website, KynanBridges.com. There's no mistaking that that's me if you go to KynanBridges.com because you have a unique URL. So nobody can fake that. KynanBridges.com. Also, we've just opened up a Patreon account. And if you're on Patreon or interested in joining my Patreon page to make sure that you don't have to worry about all of the politics of tech companies and all of the manipulation that goes on in this space, you can go to my Patreon and you can make sure that you're getting information directly from me. So what I want you to do in the comment section, put connect, write the word connect. And then I want you to DM me directly, go to my message me, inbox me, and then say, hey, I want to connect with you for more information. I want more of your content, and I'll send you a link to my Patreon account. I only have one Patreon, so you don't have to worry about scammers because I only have one Patreon account. And again, the purpose of this video is for you to understand that there's such great deception in the world today, and it's meant to try to discredit us, to try to attack, decades of ministry, decades of integrity, and to try to somehow diminish our voice. And the devil's a whole liar. I believe that God gave me this platform to minister to as many people as he sees fit. And so I want to make sure I steward that platform correctly. So if you love this ministry, if you want to be a part of what God is doing here, we're going to make sure we create every opportunity for you to connect and be a part of us. So what I want you to do is simply in the comment section, write the word connect, and we're going to actually invite you. I want you to inbox me and say, hey, I love you. I love your content. We want to stay connected with you, Dr. Bridges. And we're going to make sure we provide that avenue for you to do that, because I'm not necessarily sure how long this is going to go on. People trying to subscribe and they can, and we're praying and we're doing everything in our power to make sure that doesn't become a barrier for you. But in the meantime, I want you to just go and inbox me here on Facebook, okay? I love you, my friends all over the world, and always remember that Jesus is Lord.